Hello, Wonderland. It's been a little while since I made a video. Sorry about that. Life and all, you know. But the weather lately has been gorgeous. A little too warm for this time of year, but it's fooling things into thinking it's spring around here. And effectively, it probably is spring. So I thought I would get out here and take some advantage of the weather. I'm actually just in the woods behind my house, but it's a good place to come to look for signs of spring. So I had a comment. I did a video a while back on using vintage manual focus lenses on modern mirrorless cameras. I thought that was a pretty good video, but I had a comment where someone was interested in the Tamron 90mm that I was using, which is a macro lens. So I wanted to kind of focus on that. This might be a shortish video, hopefully. But I've brought the R5 and that Tamron 90mm out into the woods here to see what we can find. Let's do that. All right, so by way of introduction or reintroduction, this is the wee beast that we're talking about today and shooting all our photos with. It's the only lens I have with me right now. This is the Tamron Adaptal 2 model, SP 90mm f2.5 macro, model 52B if you're paying attention at home. This is all metal. It's the metal one. It's really chunky and pretty compact when it's, just the lens and fully retracted. I use it with this, which is actually a screw-on Takamar lens hood from their 105mm f4. But it fits. It's a 52mm thread, I believe, so pretty standard. And of course on the camera, this is the R5. I've got a Tamron EOS to Tamron Adaptal 2 adapter, RF, EOS R RF to Tamron Adaptal 2 adapter. So adds about an inch of length because of the register difference, but once you get the lens on there, green dot to green dot, of course, green dot to red dot actually, it's not too bad. Fully extended, long throw on this focus ring, which I really like for this. But yeah, that's it. Pretty light, hefty. I mean, it's a chunky little beast. Manual aperture, of course. I usually leave it set at f8. That's what I'm doing today for the most part. And for macro, this goes to 1:2 macro. With an extension tube, it can go to 1:1. So that would make it a little longer, obviously. But yeah, for macro, I usually leave it set to the minimum focus distance and just move the camera in and out to focus. And I'm using focus peaking, and I use the magnified view in the viewfinder because why not, right? Unstabilized, obviously. There's no electronics at all in this lens. So the IBIS helps to stabilize it a bit, but it's still not going to be as good as a fully stabilized lens with IBIS. So yeah, I'm just roaming around, seeing what I can shoot close up. There's some flowers for a change, a few of them here and there, and some new leaves budding and that kind of thing. So we'll see what there is to see and show you what this lens can do on a full frame camera. So if you're shooting it with, I almost brought the R7 instead because I thought price-wise this type of lens would probably appeal more to someone on more of a budget, like shooting the R7, but I thought I'd bring the R5 just to show what it can do full frame and at 45 megapixels. Because if it looks good on this, it'll definitely look good on an R7, and it'll be closer to 1:1 macro on an R7 as well, or R10, or whatever. So yeah, roaming around the woods for a little while, do some shooting, see what we see. like I said, shortish video today. Maybe it's only Friday, so hopefully this weekend I'll get out and come up with something else to shoot and talk about. But in the meantime, not quite as much out and popping for early spring as I had hoped. So I don't know if I got a whole lot worth showing, but hopefully I got a few. Give you an idea of what this little Tamron lens can do if you're interested in picking one up. I do recommend it. It's obviously not as sharp as a modern lens, and it has drawbacks, being non-electronic, non-autofocus, manual aperture, no IS, yada yada yada. But you can probably get one for like $50, so there's that. And I still think it's fun to mess around with these old manual focus lenses. It's more of a challenge, you know. Okay, call it a video there. So until next time, you know the drill. Be good to yourself, take care of each other, don't forget to be awesome, get out and wander. Until next time.